Hello, my name is W4MP3 and this is TheProject. If you do not know what the series is, just go back to episode 1 and come back here. Anyways, let's begin. I do not want to do that long explaining thing again. Keep in mind that I wrote this episode before even trying to cut the first episode, so if something is not fixed in this episode, it will be in the next one, hopefully. Let me just recap. In the last episode, we did all the planning and ultra boring stuff. Now we're making the slightly less boring stuff, building a prototype overworld. Did I say slightly less boring? I actually meant somewhat fun. In this stage, I just lay down some paths, giving the overworld some structure I can work off without worrying about the looks of the overworld, but still have it playable. Remember the drawings I did in the last episode? Me neither, but I still can reference them for the worlds 2 and 4, which will coincidentally save me some time, about 20 minutes I think. Also, I can reference the level list if I get stuck somewhere. Enough of the blab, let's get working. Phew, that took some time I'll never get back. I did the math for you. It was 1 hour and 34 minutes to do that overworld structure. You might have noticed that I used later on different colors for the rough shape of the worlds. This is obviously to help me doing the full overworld later on, and to get a rough idea on the world sizes. I also used some black tiles to make it more obvious where everything is. Before you comment, he forgot to put the level numbers in, I didn't do that because I might have to move stuff around, so I do not have to do that twice later. Anyways, let's talk about the first 4 worlds today. The other ones we can ignore for the moment. Our first world is the classical grassland world. Its purpose is to introduce the game mechanics and changes to its precursor, if it has one. I've kept the path layout relatively simple, only branching the path once as a shortcut and once to the yellow switch pillars. I've also put Yoshi's house on there too, every cool hack has one. Mario Gives Up is lacking one though. That's pretty much it for World 1, let's go to World 2. The second world has a forest theme. Normally this would be world 5 or something like that, but I've put it here as the second one. This is a weird decision, I know, but I think a forest is not as dangerous as a cave or a desert. I'll keep that maze-like structure from the original. It also introduced the first ghost house in the hack, which I think fits perfectly into a forest world. I actually have a nice idea for this. I talk about that in a later episode where I build that level and explain stuff. Next world. This world is nothing special, just some fun cave levels. Somehow it also got the green switch palace. I do not know how it got there, seriously. Okay, next world, I'm already bored of this one. Hey, something that is not in the original Super Mario World. Woo! Weird that Nintendo didn't include a desert world in Super Mario World. They did that in Super Mario Bros. 3, why not in Super Mario World 2? Anyways, this is also an unusual world like the forest world. I do that very same thing there too. Also, one secret exit is as useful as the normal one. Both lead to the very same level. I think this is something nobody expects from a serious hack. But it does make sense, trust me. Okay, I took a long break from writing the script because Dr. Forgetto. In the meantime, I've already done something. I've put the ghost houses and fortresses in some places. Every world has either a fortress or a ghost house. Okay, the first world doesn't have one because I do not want to have one there. I have now 3 ghost houses and 5 fortresses. But you have 10 worlds, so you need those crappy ghost houses and fortresses 9 times. Thanks for pointing that out, stupid VO voice, but I do not listen to you because your name is already stupid. 2 worlds are different, number 7 and 9 to be precise. I can make some levels there ghost houses and fortresses if I want to. Let's just abruptly end the Overworld topic and jump straight into the very first level I've built off camera for this project. Chucking Chucks. On the Overworld it would be that level. You see, this is not the actual first level of the hack and I did that on purpose. First off, it's a little bit too challenging for the first level, and second, it's a playground for the style of the first world. I've experimented with the tileset mixing here, getting the hang of the quirks it has and how to circumvent them. How it looks now is very nice. It does not look too empty or clustered and doesn't hinder gameplay. The level itself I think is okay. It might stay that way, except playtests find this too difficult or boring. Yes. It's that time again where we have to say goodbye. If you want to support this series, just do the usual things that all YouTubers say at the end of the video. Anyways, I'm off, bye.